cold weather out on the field. We had to run them out there again just to shock their system, just to make sure they get a feel for Saturday. So the same routine is good.
On the injury front, how does the squad look after today's training as we get ready for Saturday?
Good, the majority good, but I do have one little bit of bad news. Ozzy failed his fitness test, so he will not feature in the game, and we're sad about that. He's a tough competitor, so it was tough news to take, but we're just ruling him out.
What was his reaction, if you don't mind sharing with us?
He's disappointed. He wants to do whatever he can to help the team. He's the captain of the team, so it's a bit of a blow, but we're going to deal with it.
Can you perhaps speak to his character and how he'll still be an influential leader from the sidelines?
Yeah, of course. He's here on the trip. So is Brad. Everybody's here, all 28 players. They're a tight-knit group. And so all of the senior players do their part regardless if they're on the field, off the field. And, he certainly will be a big influence in the locker room. And I will hope that as captain he can lift another cup.
Any injury concerns moving forward, or was it simply just not ready at this time?
Yeah, no, not. He was always questionable. He did a lot of work to get back, and he just didn't make it in time.
Is that the epitome now of next man up in your mantra?
Yeah, I mean we've been doing that all season long. Certain guys have stepped up. I have all the confidence in the world in the players that we put out on the field. So yeah, you could say that.
Coach, you recognize that it's obviously a team effort, but can you sort of speak about how impressive Stefan's ability to keep opponents off the scoreboard, particularly in the playoffs, has been?
I would say that's been one of his calling cards since he's come and started working with Tommy Dutra. I remember the Vancouver match there in Seattle when Montero had that one free kick from 35 yards out, and it was absolutely in the upper corner. He got his hand to it. So he's made a habit of keeping us in games and, making big saves. And it's testament to his hard work with his goalkeeping partners and the goalkeeping coach, because Tyler and Brian do a good job pushing him as well.
As you guys get ready for Saturday, is there a lot of talk about, hey, we were here, we did this last year, or is it solely a focus of this is a new goal, new group, new, hopefully?
I think there's some, Michelle. I think there's a little bit of conversation that we know we can come in here and get a result. But for a lot of the new guys, it is new, and so it's a little different. But the guys that were here last year certainly are filling them in on all the details, and the messaging has been, we're not finished yet, defend our cup, all of those things, because we know that this opportunity might not come again. I mean, going back-to-back is certainly challenging in any sport, and certainly in MLS where there's a lot of parity.
Earlier today when you met with the press and did the press conference, it seemed like you, Clint, and Steph, you were keeping it light. You were having fun. You were enjoying the moment. I'm assuming that's kind of what you're doing with these guys as you get ready. If that is the case, how are you kind of keeping it light and keeping it normal to enjoy this whole process while taking your job serious?
Well, I think on camera, yes. Sitting up there with Clint and Steph, they're two good guys. And, yeah, we want to make a little fun of, questions and all that. It's easy for those guys because they're used to being in front of a camera. On the field, they're all business. When we walked out in the freezing cold, it was all business. The guys were ready to go. They trained hard. And, the messaging and all our film meetings and all of the stuff we do off camera, that's where we get serious, and that's where we, dictate tactics and get our stuff correct.
How important do you think it is to keep this like normal, approaching this like you would any other match with kind of your normal rhythm and routine to that?
I think it's been like that all season long. We have the same program. We believe in the process that we have. We play a game. We watch game film. We scout our opponents. We train during the week based on what we see from the previous game and what our opponent's strengths and weaknesses are. So we go through that same process for this game, just as we've done for all 34 other regular home scene games and the playoff games.
At the same press gathering, those players, Steph and Clint, were asked what makes you tick. Did you think that they have you?
Sorry. My bad. That was your question. Well, I didn't put you next to them, but I asked the question.
Did you think that they had you pretty much spot on?
I hate to lose, yeah. I might be a little competitive, yeah. But it was an unfair question, but it was a good one. I enjoyed their reaction, so it was good.
you're going to do this for the second time at BMO. Can you talk a little bit about what this away atmosphere is like, what this fans are like to play in?
Another good question, because last year the place was rocking. I mean, you guys had those extra seats because of the Grey Cup, and the fans brought it. I mean, we had our fans that added to the volume of noise, but I thought the atmosphere in the building last year was tremendous. And I know there's a lot of Seattle people coming again. I think they understand the importance of the rarity of this occasion for our franchise. So I thought the pitch conditions, everything last year was good, and I'm expecting the same.
Where do you put it in terms of the other good away home atmospheres in the league?
Well, I would certainly say ours is the best. And then when you go down there, I mean, you have to give credit to Portland. They have a good atmosphere. You guys have good atmosphere. MLS is coming up in the world. I mean, every stadium you saw, even though Columbus might lose their franchise, I mean, their fans came out. You go down to Orlando, you see obviously Atlanta. I mean, there's a lot of franchises that are really pushing the envelope as far as having a good fan experience, and I'm just delighted that we have been in the forefront of that push forward.
What as we go into what was likely Joven Jones' sort of last hurrah with Seattle, what can you say about the time he's spent with this team and what he's meant to this team?
Joven has been great. He's been influential, great to have in the locker room, good team guy. His talent is undeniable, so we're going to miss him.